Christopher Walken, 80, makes a rare appearance for Robert De Niro's very star-studded 80th birthday bash in Nick. Christopher Walken, 80, made a rare public appearance on Thursday, as he attended Robert De Niro's star-studded 80th birthday bash in Nick. The iconic actor, who starred alongside De Niro in 1978 film The Deer Hunter, cut a dapper figure as he attended the party at restaurant Locanda Verde, alongside wife Georgianne, 79, who he wed in 1969. The Sleepy Hollow star wore a black tee, navy blazer and baggy trousers teamed with sneakers. He appeared in relaxed spirits as he was asked for autographs on his way into the soiree alongside his wife. The Deer Hunter was a critical success, which saw Walken win a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his role as troubled Vietnam War veteran Nick Chevitarovich. De Niro would be nominated for Best Actor, but ultimately lost out. Walken will next be seen on screen in Dune Part 2 and currently plays Burt Goodman in TV series Severance. Longtime friends Walken and De Niro would reunite on screen in 2020 for critically panned comedy The War with Grandpa. A glittering array of showbiz figures attended Thursday's party, including Uma Thurman, Paul McCartney, Martin Scorsese, Alec Baldwin, George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola. De Niro and Chen were both dressed remarkably casual for the event, considering the starry guest list. They welcomed their daughter Gia on April 6, but refrained from announcing her arrival until early May, sending shockwaves through the public. Now a father of 7 with children ranging in age from 51 years to 4 months, Robert welcomed a glittering guest list to a swanky Italian eatery. Locanda Verde, his venue of choice, is located in Tribeca, the neighborhood where Robert helped found a film festival of the same name. In the wake of the 9/11 attacks, Scorsese, who has directed Robert in 11 movies including the upcoming Killers of the Flower Moon, could also be glimpsed entering the fete. Robert's past year has been a personal rollercoaster, from the joy of his daughter's arrival in April, to the death of his 18-year-old grandson Leandro in July. Leandro's mother Drina, who is Robert's firstborn child, announced that her son had been sold pills laced with fentanyl, tragically claiming his life. He was discovered dead in his $950,000 Wall Street apartment on July 2, sitting in a chair with white powder nearby. Robert De Niro's girlfriend Tiffany Chen, 45, brings baby Gia to actor's star-studded 80th birthday celebration, with A-listers Christopher Walken, Paul McCartney, George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola in tow. Robert De Niro's girlfriend Tiffany Chen, 45, was spotted Thursday arriving at his star-studded 80th birthday party with their baby in tow. A glittering array of showbiz figures attended Thursday's party, including a rare sighting from Christopher Walken, 80, who first starred with the actor in The Deer Hunter, 1978. Also in attendance were Uma Thurman, Paul McCartney, Martin Scorsese, Alec Baldwin, George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola, to name a few. De Niro and Chen were both dressed remarkably casual for the event, considering the starry guest list. They welcomed their daughter Gia on April 6, but refrained from announcing her arrival until early May, sending shockwaves through the public. Now a father of 7 with children ranging in age from 51 years to 4 months, Robert welcomed a glittering guest list to a swank Italian eatery. Locanda Verde, his venue of choice, is located in Tribeca, the neighborhood where Robert helped found a film festival of the same name. In the wake of the 9/11 attacks, Tiffany cut a casual figure in a hoodie and sweats as she pushed little Gia's stroller up onto the sidewalk and then crossed toward the restaurant. Warding off the summertime rays with a sleek pair of sunglasses, she swept her dark hair up into a ponytail for her beau's birthday bash. Tiffany, who has been romantically involved with Robert since 2021, opted for a summery white top featuring a trendy V-neck. As the party wound down, she could be glimpsed emerging from the restaurant and spilling out onto the sidewalk, with none other than Robert himself. The Goodfellas icon wore a loose, comfortable-looking tan polo shirt beneath a stylish charcoal blazer for his evening out on the town. Tiffany trailed closely behind him as he stepped out of Locanda Verde and headed toward the car that would whisk him off. The guest list for Thursday's bash included none other than Paul McCartney, 81, who attended on the arm of his third and latest wife Nancy Chevelle, 63. About a decade ago, Paul wrote the Golden Globe-nominated ballad, "I Want to Come Home," for the 2009 film Everybody's Fine, starring Robert. Paul was stylish as ever in a true blue blazer over a cobalt shirt, tucked into a charcoal pair of jeans that complemented his dark aviators. Meanwhile, Nancy was agelessly stylish in a clinging black top that fell off the shoulder. and emphasized her petite frame. She teamed the top with a fluttery floral skirt that fell past the knee, and lent the ensemble a dash of glitz with earrings and a pendant. Nancy married Paul in 2011, 3 years after his $48.6 million divorce settlement with his previous wife Heather Mills, who famously has a prosthetic leg. De Niro's daughter Drina De Niro, 51, also attended, just a month after the tragic passing of her son Leandro De Niro Rodriguez. Stars galore flooded into Lacanda Verde, including Uma Thurman, who brought her father Robert Thurman along to enjoy the fun. Robert, a former Buddhist monk who is now a scholar of Indo-Tibetan Buddhism, stayed close to Uma as they crossed the street together toward the restaurant. Uma modeled a stylish fern green coat and a sleek pair of fashionably faded cutoff jeans, burnishing her screen siren features with naturalistic makeup. Meanwhile, her father wore a classic black suit, but jazzed up the look with a splashily colorful floral shirt and a snazzy pair of burnt orange shades. Over the past 3 decades, Uma and Robert have starred in 2 films together, Mad Dog and Glory in 1993, and The War with Grandpa in 2020. Robert's birthday festivities also played host to Francis Ford Coppola, who directed him to his first Oscar in The Godfather Part 2, nearly half a century ago. Francis, 84, exuded an air of old-fashioned elegance in a cream suit, worn over a striped blue shirt and a complimentary tie. George Lucas, appearing much more colossal in an untucked short-sleeved shirt, was also on hand for Thursday's celebration. As he arrived at Lacanda Verde, the Star Wars impresario found himself getting thronged by fans who were possibly hoping for autographs. Music mogul Tommy Mottola, who discovered Mariah Carey and became her first husband, looked strikingly youthful for his 75 years as he swung by the party. The widely garlanded painter Julian Schnabel went for nautical chic in blue and white, adding the eye-catching touch of a flower in his hat. Lorne Michaels, the creator and longtime producer of Saturday Night Live, was similarly dapper as he headed to the Beano in a tan suit. Saturday Night Live has a long professional history with Robert, who first hosted the program in 2002. It made cameos as early as 1992. Among the striking attendees of the birthday party was none other than the disgraced ex-New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. During his polarizing handling of the COVID-19 pandemic as governor, he enjoyed vocal public support from Thursday's birthday boy. Among the controversial attendees were Alec Baldwin, 65, a little under 2 years out from the Rust shooting, and his wife Hilaria, 39, who near the end of 2020 was exposed for faking Spanish heritage. Martin Scorsese, who has directed Robert in 11 movies including the upcoming Killers of the Flower Moon, could also be glimpsed entering the fete. Robert's past year has been a personal rollercoaster, from the joy of his daughter's arrival in April to the death of his 18-year-old grandson Leandro in July. Leandro's mother Drina, who is Robert's firstborn child, announced that her son had been sold pills laced with fentanyl, tragically claiming his life. He was discovered dead in his $950,000 Wall Street apartment on July 2, sitting in a chair with white powder nearby.